I look crazy right now. I'm actually getting ready, like just sitting on the floor in my living room in front of my couch. We're gonna do a very beautiful look today. I saw a couple pictures in the last couple days on Instagram of some beautiful like cobalt blue and like sky blue eyeshadow looks, and as you guys know, blue is a very hard color to do, so I wanted to do that and just show you guys wearable looks with blue eyeshadow. And I'm filming in my living room right now because I need to be watching the news at all times right now. With Hurricane Irma in Florida, I live in California, but my mother-in-law and my father-in-law live in Florida. They are in Lakeland, Florida, which we thought we were going to get blessed because they're more on the west coast and they are very inland. Well, we thought with it hitting Miami, yeah, they'll have some wind issues and whatnot, but we thought they were in the clear and that they are safe. Turns out Irma has shifted to the west coast and it's hitting Tampa. And the brunt of the storm, the eye of the storm, is going to hit Tampa Bay. Well, my in-laws are 30 minutes from Tampa Bay, so they are going to get hit very, very hard. My father-in-law is not in good health, so we are terrified. We have just been praying so much the last couple of days. And it's so hard when you're so far from them and you just want to reach out and hug them and tell them you love them. I know my husband and my kids have talked to them quite a bit in the last couple of days. When they did talk to them, I unfortunately wasn't around, so I haven't gotten to even talk to them at all. And I'm just praying that everyone stays safe there, that there are no casualties. Working in insurance, I see catastrophes all the time. And like I tell all my customers, houses, cars, belongings can be replaced. People cannot. So to hell with the belongings. I know it can leave a lot of people homeless and whatnot, but if you have your life and each other, that is okay. You know, we want everyone to be okay. We want everyone to make it out of there. I pray to God, and you know, that He just wraps their arms around the state of Florida and just protects them through this, you know, and that there are no casualties. So, you know, just everybody, no matter if you believe in God or not, send, you know, prayers or just positivity and love and light, you know, good vibes all the way to Florida. If you are a believer in God or whatever God you believe in, pray to them. Just pray that they all make it out okay. But yeah, so that's why I'm right here right now in my living room, sitting in front of my couch. Kind of worked out because the lighting is a lot better in here, but I haven't been able to turn the news off, which is why this video is going up so late today. We've just been really worried, and my anxiety is getting the best of me, especially when you have loved ones there. You know, my mother-in-law is like my mom, and my father-in-law is one of the most amazing father-in-laws ever. You know, I'm so blessed to have them in my life. I love them so much, and my nerves are on edge just waiting to get it over with, and I just want it to get here and get gone so we know what we're dealing with. But anyway, I'm rambling again. When my nerves get the best of me, that's what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and start this look. I already have my eyebrows on and my face is primed. I don't have any foundation on because I am using very colorful eyeshadows. So when I use colorful eyeshadows, I do my foundation last. I do have a moisturizer. It's a tinted moisturizer, but it's pretty much clear. I might as well have just put a moisturizer on. But we're gonna go ahead and do the eye look, and then we'll do the foundation and whatnot. So I will see you guys in just a second. All right, my dolls. So first, I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Porcelain. And I noticed that this concealer for Porcelain, it's really not that light, but it does the job, and it is one of the best cheap concealers on the market. It's like $4.99 at Ulta, and I know you can find it cheaper online. So I'm just patting that out, and it does dry down pretty quick, so you do have to go in and set it before it dries. So I'm going to use the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea, or By the Sea, whatever it is, and using the white matte color just to set it down. And I like this white because it's more of a shell white. It's not like stark white. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. The same palette, by the way, it's the volume number 3. We're taking the light brown and we're going to use that as our transition shade and just pop that in the crease. And as I've said a million times, I have hooded eyes, so I've got to fake a crease. So I go right above where my normal crease is and just blend that on in there. Next, I'm taking the BH Cosmetic All About Mattes palette, and I'm going to use that ashy dark gray brown in the crease just to define the crease a little bit more and give it a natural shadow. This palette is so amazing, and I've had it for like years and forgot I even had it. That's what happens when you collect too many palettes. Keep my video a little bit shorter. I already did one eye, and we're going to do that beautiful cobalt navy bluish color. So I'm priming my eyelid with the LA Girl Pro Concealer again, just to make sure that this color goes on extremely pigmented and opaque. It looks good even without priming, but I just really wanted this blue to be dark and bright and stand out. So next I'm going to go in with that same All About Mattes palette from BH Cosmetics and use that cobalt blue, and using a flat dense brush, just going to pop that on the rest of my eyelid. Using a brush that is really dense is going to help pack a lot more powder on the eye. So you want to make sure, I like to use a flat dense brush as well. It just helps me pack on all that color and be a little bit more precise with it. And then we're going to take the blender brush that we use, that ashy brown. We're not adding any more pigment, but we're just going to blend the blue into that brown and just blend them together so, you know, they're blended together. Obviously, you want to blend, blend, blend. So back in the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea by the Sea, I need to figure that out. The volume 3, we're going to use this deep, dark, like sea blue green. It's really, really dark, and I'm just using that on the outer V just to give it a little bit more definition. And because it has that hint of blue, it blends in so well with this. And I'm really sorry, you guys, the way I had this set up, every time I leaned forward, I noticed that it cut me out of the focus and out of the camera, and doing my iMovie editing didn't help because iMovie cuts off everything. Highlight my brow bone. I'm going to take this white from the City Mini All About Mattes palette, and you can take any white. I like to use a matte, especially when I'm doing such an intense eye color. I think if I did a shimmer, it would just look too crazy and a little bit like Mimi from Carey, if you know what I mean. And that's not the look I'm going for. So we're going to work on the lower lash line, and sorry I had technical difficulties with it cutting me out of focus again, but we're going to take that light brown and just smudge that across the lower lash line. It's kind of like a transition color for the lower lash line, and we're going to do that before we go in and line with that very gorgeous blue. Here I'm just tight lining with that blue on the lower lash line, as I mentioned a bit ago. You want to keep this pretty close to the lash line and just blend it up into the outer V. I just remembered I had this gorgeous blue from ColourPop. It was part of the Hello Kitty line that came out, and it's in the color School Bus, and it has a slight blue shimmer to it. So I just popped this on the lower part of the lid just to deepen it up and give it a little bit of sparkle. It's not very shimmery, but when you're in the light, it just gives it that perfect shimmer. It is so freaking stunning. And how often can you wear blue eyeshadow? You know what I mean? So I wanted to take full advantage of it. And so here I'm just taking one of my Neutrogena makeup wipes and just cleaning up before I put my foundation on. When you're using really dark shadows like this, they make a mess. So I always do this before I use super pigmented, messy shadows. We're going to go in with my favorite primer in the world. It is the Too Faced Hangover RX. This stuff is so moisturizing, and we're just going to rub this all over our face and kind of push it in and pat it in at the same time. I am a dry-skinned Betty, so I've got to get as much moisture on this face as humanly possible. Now for the best foundation of all time, my all-time favorite, the greatest in the whole wide world, the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear foundation. It is the best ever, and I'm just using my my beauty blender to just bounce this baby all over my face and get that pushed in. And let's see here, I am in the color 230 for any of you that are wondering. It is maybe a shade or two darker than my skin tone, but once I put powder and everything on, it all blends out perfectly, and I really don't have any lines, though I do take it down my neck just to blend a little better. And now I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape. Again, what else do I use? In the color Light, and just kind of highlight and conceal all at the same time. I've been pretty heavy-handed with it lately, but I noticed it hasn't been creasing thanks to the new setting powder that I've been using, so I could always use the extra coverage, you know what I mean? I have fallen in love with the Master Fix setting powder by Maybelline. This stuff is amazing. It makes my skin look like velvet. I have so much texture and pores on my face, and this stuff does such a great job setting it without making it look dry, and it really does blur out your imperfections. If you have not tried this, it is such a great dupe for the Laura Mercier setting powder. I promise you it is a complete dupe, and it is so fine and so stunning. It will make even the worst texture disappear. Just to add a bit of color and a little bit of glow, I'm using the Infallible Pro Glow setting powder, and I'm just using this on the outer perimeter of my face since I already used the other Maybelline powder to set everything else on my face. You don't want to have too much powder on. And then I'm going to go in with the Hoola bronzer in the Cheek Parade palette. It is almost time to get a new one. This one is so used and abused. And I'm just going to warm up my face and do the whole perimeter, you know, the whole get down. I take it from my cheeks up to my forehead and down my jawline. Now we are going to use the Sun Power by MAC as our blush. This is a bronzer, but it's so orangey that I just use it as a blush now. Ooh, girl, you know what time it is. It's highlight time. And I'm using one of my favorites, Milani in Day Glow, just to highlight my face. And you guys are going to die when you hear I haven't been highlighting very much lately. I don't know. I think the fad is kind of phasing out with me. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I've just been kind of digging the look without it. But I just wanted to add a little bit of light to the face today.
Now that I'm done with the face, I'm going back to the eyes and I'm going to tight line with my Essence liner pencil. And I'm going to tight line all the way around the upper line and lower line. And my darling son jumps in here right now and delivers me some art. So let me show you my baby's art. He drew a picture of brother. He's so darn cute. I love him. And anyway, back to the eyes. So we're just tight lining. You don't have to tight line the upper lid if you don't want to. I just find that it helps blend my eyelashes in. And next, I'm going to use my favorite liner pen right now, which is also by Essence. It's the super fine liner pen, and I'm going to use that to create the wing. Again, like I've been saying, this is such an amazing dupe for the Kat Von D tattoo liner. I promise you, it is so amazing. I'm running out of mine. I've been running out of mine, so it's being a little biatch to do my wing right now. But I need to go get a new one, and I promise you this is the only one I'm going to use from now on. Girl, you already know what I'm going to use. I've been hooked on this Essence Lash Princess and just going to use that to darken up my real lashes, what little lashes I guess I have, before I put on my falsies. And this is seriously one of my favorite mascaras. I urge you all to go check out the Essence line. I really truly love it and so glad I found it. Another technical difficulty, I missed putting on my lashes until the very end, we noticed. So I'm just adjusting both my lashes right now, getting them in place, and then just fixing what little things needed to be fixed and putting them where they need to go. And then I'm going in with Maybelline Cinnamon on my lips. It's just a beautiful nude, like ashy brown nude. It is so beautiful, and I just loved it with this eyeshadow look. This lipstick goes so great when you're doing a dark smoky eye. It's just enough color to where your lips don't look dead. You know what I mean? I don't want that dead girl look. To set my face, as usual, I'm going in with Urban Decay Quick Fix, and I know it's a primer spray, but I love it to set my face. I cannot help it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out my hair right now. Well, not take it out, but take it down and go fix my hair, and then I will be right back to go ahead and show you guys the finished look. So here's the finished look, you guys. Such a simple, beautiful way to make blue eyeshadow work without looking like Mimi from Drew Carey. I know you guys remember that broad. But anyway, I really love how this came out. It is such a beautiful blue smoky eye, and it can work for anyone at all. So I hope you guys like this video. If you did, go ahead and thumbs up, subscribe, comment, do all that beautiful stuff, and I will see you guys on the next video. And don't forget to ring my bell.